It is going to $1 million a coin, regardless. Regardless, it doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Your generation is not going to see another one of these things that easily. You know, they may, there is going to be some amazing AI stuff coming, but it's not necessarily clear that you're going to be able to even invest in it or participate in it in any way. Bitcoin is like right here in front of you. It's a great opportunity right now. And my point is, you're not going to see, you wait another 10 years, you're 36, you're not going to see that. You may not see that opportunity again. You know what I mean? Like in your entire life.
In a recent interview, Fred Krueger shares his outlook on Bitcoin for the coming months. Krueger, a prominent figure in the Bitcoin community, has seen his popularity skyrocket this year. With nearly a decade of experience on Wall Street and a track record of 10 successful business exits, he has now turned his focus entirely to Bitcoin. Armed with a mathematics degree and a PhD from Stanford, Krueger offers his insights on the future of the cryptocurrency. In this exclusive discussion, he delves into the Bitcoin power law model, explains why a $1 million Bitcoin isn't just possible but inevitable, and discusses why it could be the greatest investment opportunity of our time.
Stop. You don't have time. Don't miss out this 2025 bull run. Educate yourself first ahead of the crowd. We have created the ultimate step-by-step crypto cheat guide that will guide you this bull run. Unlock the secrets of crypto and make smarter investments today. Now by clicking on the link below to get your exclusive copy just under $10.
Buying a house at 7% interest when the houses have appreciated this far, locking yourself into just paying house payments and missing out on this opportunity of Bitcoin strikes me as an incredibly bad trade, right? Like, you are potentially making, you're not going to get, and I think the thing about Bitcoin is, your generation is not going to see another one of these things that easily. They may, there is going to be some amazing AI stuff coming, but it's not necessarily clear that you're going to be able to even invest in it or participate in it in any way, right? It may in fact take your job, right? Like, you don't really know if AI is friendly or not, right? But I think, you have this opportunity. Bitcoin is like right here in front of you. It's a great opportunity right now. And my point is, you're not going to see, you wait another 10 years, and you're 36, you're not going to see that. You may not see that opportunity again. You know what I mean? Like in your entire life. So I definitely think this is a make or break moment for a lot of millennials and Gen Zs. It's a make or break moment, right? Because if they make the wrong move, that's it. They're done. You could basically be locking out the best period of best years of your life to acquire any kind of wealth. If you haven't acquired some kind of wealth by the time you're 40, it's going to be tough. I hate to say it, but it's, it gets tough. You know what I mean? Time you're 50, forget it now. Like you better have nailed it, because it's just, there are some examples. The guy who started McDonald's started in his 50s, right? But, in general, you kind of got to acquire wealth early. So I would say owning real estate right now is not a great way to acquire wealth. Was it a great way to do wealth? Even in the 80s, you would have been better off buying stocks. Okay. So, really what you should have done in the 80s is going long the stock market. Very few people did, right? It was a very similar to kind of where we are now with Bitcoin, because people always said stocks were overpriced back then. They were like, this is crazy PE, 12 PE, that's crazy. Like, why would I buy stocks at 12 PE? Well, because it was a great buy, right? Like, that was amazing, right? And hindsight's 2020. But I think, I really think right now real estate is, you really shouldn't look at it as an investment. You should look at it as a cost. It's going to cost you something to live. And, it's really how much cost do you want in your life versus how much savings do you want to do? I would recommend people save more, and I would recommend that they save in Bitcoin. I think that you're going to be better off saving in Bitcoin. Any analysis you do, you're going to be better off saving in Bitcoin as opposed to saving in your house. That's my opinion. I could be wrong, but I don't think I am. And I think, you kind of have to go, as Wayne Gretzky said, you have to go where don't skate where the puck is, skate where the puck's going.
Kruger has remained bullish in 2024, asserting that many in the crypto space underestimate the significance of $20 trillion in liquid, movable capital. He explains that the relentless math behind this influx of money will be staggering. According to Kruger, the real game begins when 100 million Americans with brokerage accounts gain access to Bitcoin. He is confident that Bitcoin will be the primary beneficiary of the next major price surge, with ETFs playing a key role in this upcoming growth.
And so you got to be a little bit one step ahead of the game. And, real estate's for boomers like me, like you don't need, you should be wherever you want to be, whether it's Budapest or Thailand or where, go rent where it's cheap. It's cheap somewhere to rent, right? There's always somewhere where you can rent cheap. And I'd say if I were your age, I would not maybe even move to Lakeland. I'd be a little bit like you, just be a little bit of a nomad, but I would opportunistically look to live where I would look to live outside of major cities where it's cheap, and then I would look to do stuff online or remote work, right? And I would look to do that and save in Bitcoin. I think it's that's the cheat sheet, for most people. It's not any more complicated than that. And the problem is if you're living in San Francisco or New York City, right? You may work for a financial firm in New York City, or you may work for, a tech giant in San Francisco. But if you're spending all your money on rent or, a parking garage for your car or whatever it is, right? That's not going to make you tons and tons of money right now. So I definitely think, this is a great time to be stacking sats, especially the next 5 years. I think, if you can delay things 5 years, delay things 5 years. And, I think that's in general it's a good. There's not always been this time. Like right now, I see this opportunity. If you go back to 2000, I would say, what are you gonna do? Buy a house? That seems like a good place to put your money. Right now, I don't think it's a good place to put your money. I would stay away from real estate.
You said Bitcoin is the type of opportunity you only get once in a lifetime or once in a generation, and say in 10 years, it's not going to be the same opportunity. Perhaps it'll be AI, but Bitcoin is such a unique opportunity in that where's all the value of these AI companies that are going to be built? It's going to be to the VCs or the early investors, and normal everyday people won't have the same opportunity and access to the asset.
I think Michael Saylor said it really well, which he said, really what you want to do is you want to find something that's going to be really big, that really has a really high chance of being really big, right? So it's kind of inevitable, right? And you want to get in when most people don't think it's going to be big. They're not completely convinced, okay? Now, the problem with AI is I think almost everybody on the planet is convinced that AI is going to be big, right? So it's like, if you're convinced that AI is going to be big, great, join the club. It's a big club. It's like, you know what I mean? There's a lot of people. And if you're doing a startup in AI, well, great. There's going to be 10,000 other startups in AI competing with you. And you're going to be competing with Google, Microsoft, Apple, Amazon, OpenAI, whatever, right? So the competition's going to be fierce. Everybody and their brother wants to be in AI. AI will totally change the world. I'm no doubt about that, right? But is it really a great opportunity for you to invest in AI companies? I don't know. Is NVIDIA overpriced relative to where it is now? Maybe, maybe it is, right? It's, we don't know. If you look at the PC revolution, right, when the PCs were really, really hot, and it was Dell versus Gateway, if you picked Gateway, you lost. They were about even, right? But if you picked Gateway, you lost. You picked Dell, you did well, up until a point You don't see a lot of Dells anywhere. Anytime, dude, you're getting a Dell. You don't see that anymore, right? It's, dude, you're getting an Apple. You're getting an iMac. You know what I mean? So, who knows who's going to win these AI wars or how all that stuff's going to play out in the next 10 years? I don't know. But I can tell you who's going to win the crypto wars. Pretty clear to me. It's going to be Bitcoin, right? Now, there's maybe be some other chains, Solana, Ethereum. I don't think there has been existential risk for the last 10 years.
Okay.
I just think we don't, look, we tend to get very emotional about this stuff, and we're like, yeah, go, liberalize it, do this. But look, at the end of the day, Bitcoin doesn't care. Bitcoin doesn't care. It doesn't care if there's a Democrat in the White House. It doesn't care if they're a Republican. It doesn't care if the Fed rate is 5% or the interest rate is 0%. I know, and it doesn't care who the SEC who makes it. It literally does not care. Okay, it is going to $1 million a coin, regardless. It doesn't matter. It literally doesn't matter. Now, I know, like, as a person who follows finance and stuff, I'm like, yay, they're going to cut interest rates. Yay, we're going to liberalize this. But actually, I don't think it matters. I think that's, again, we have a belief that we can stop this thing. We can't stop this thing. This is like, this is something that is bigger than all of us. It's just an idea that's just so good and so perfect that it will triumph regardless. And you just look at this mathematical progress of the power law, and it's kind of, it's math. It's just like, it's sort of like they invented guns. It doesn't matter if they outlaw guns in certain countries. Everybody's going to go for guns, because they're better than swords. You know what I mean? And so, this is a better technology. It's just going to work. And I think Satoshi knew this, right? When he once this thing was once the capstone was put in the first Genesis block. So I think Satoshi fundamentally knew that he cracked the problem, right? He's like, yep, I got the solution. This is going to work. We're not going to get this immediately, but it's going to catch on. And, Hal Finney kind of was like, very early, is like, yep, this thing could be worth $10 million a coin. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. The future is kind of marked, right? So I feel like, I just don't think we have to help Bitcoin. I think we can evangelize it, just because we're excited about it. We like what it is. We like the problems that it's solving and everything else. If you commit to it, you know what I mean? If you commit to it, if you take, Jesus, take him as your Lord and Savior, I think you will do well.
Kruger shares his bold predictions for Bitcoin in the coming months, now that he's fully committed to the cryptocurrency. He not only introduces the groundbreaking Bitcoin power law model but also explains why he believes a $1 million Bitcoin isn't just possible, it's inevitable. According to Kruger, the current volatility is a natural part of Bitcoin's evolution and could offer a once-in-a-lifetime investment opportunity. He emphasizes that Bitcoin's decentralized structure and limited supply uniquely position it to weather economic challenges, eventually surpassing traditional fiat currencies. Kruger is convinced that Bitcoin is not merely a speculative asset, but the future of money, and those who invest now could be part of a financial revolution. What do you think of Fred Kruger's prediction for Bitcoin and his outlook on the crypto world in the coming months? Share your thoughts in the comments below. For more Daily Dose crypto news, check out these 2 awesome videos on your screen. Click now and we will see you on the next video.